Hello, and welcome to the Black Hearted Oracle. Now, before we get started, I'd like to pay homage and reverence to Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course, my beautiful ancestors. Now, this reading is for the descending feminine Taurus, and what it is meant to show is the journey of what we would call the Karmics. But I was guided not to call them karmics because at some point and at some time in our lives we are karmics in someone else's life. So the divine journey between the divine masculine and the divine feminine that includes a karmic at some point during their journey is meant as an ascension process for everyone involved, right? Because either the masculine will descend to be with the karmic and then have to ascend to leave her, or she will have to ascend to leave him. Vice versa. You know what I mean? Or even the divine feminine could descend because she ends up dealing with the karmic. And then going through that process, she ends up having to reascend. You understand? So it's just a journey, right? And though it is a hard one, it's meant to truly show us the areas in our lives, both divine and descending, of where we still need to work on. And maybe for the karmic, it is the first time for them that they even get a chance to have that time to do some shadow work or even self-reflect. Okay. So this is for, again, the descending feminine Taurus. So let's get into it. This is the opening guidance. And we have number 18, Violet Duchess, stifled, bored, and stuck. We have number 23, all tied up. We have trapped. We have you and your loved one are safe, new moon in Cancer. We have release. We have 4, the home, 21, the mountain, 32, the moon, and 30, the lilies, and 20, fear and fear and doubt will bench you. Alrighty, so we can read this here until we get there. The first, opening guidance, I always miss it. Okay, it's 11, and it's dream. It says dreams gone wild. It says you have used different fates, ideas, icons, and totems as guideposts to a higher level of thought to gain a different and better perspective. You have looked to wildlife as spirit guides and teachers, honoring them with art, time spent in nature, and medicine bundles. You have admired birds that the strongest and the smallest, with fetishes, feathers, and crystals. All have been dreamed over in ceremony, and all have been powerful in your intent. But this power is lost when your dreams get wild and unfocused. You wear 2 different faces when you are unfamiliar with your truth. And you wear both of these masks together when you are a great pretender, not understanding the sacred dream reality in which you live. If you were a bird of prey, what would you be? How would you feel? Do you think you would seek to be anything other than the great bird the Creator intended you to be? Wow. I love this. Okay, let's get into the message. Violet Duchess, stifled, bored, and stuck. Bored, stifled. Ah, yes. She is trying to be good and nice and polite, but it's not working. It's easy to see and feel that she is bored, frustrated, and ready to fly away at the first opportunity. You can see the frustration growing beneath, and frustration is, after all, only your own life force turned within and longing to break free of its restraints. You desire to be liked, to please, and to be seen as a lady or a gentleman. Is cheating yourself out of something wonderful that you deserve to experience. There are rules that simply need to be broken. Keeping to the spirit of the law sometimes means breaking the letter of the law. There is a situation at the moment that has revealed itself as unjust, unfair, and absolutely unattractive to you. But you have yet to speak up. The most inspiring thing about this situation is that you'll discover just how safe it is to stand up for what you truly believe in. You'll realize you started your own small revolution. So as we can see here, that she's pretending very much so because she wants to be seen as a person of character, you know, as a lady. So she's pretending, she's wearing a mask, and this mask is beginning to slip because she can no longer take it. You understand? Because she feels all tied up and trapped. And this card speaks of being a great predator, but this one can't fly. They're trapped in a cage. And it has to be a cage of her wanting to be seen a certain way instead of just truly living in her truth. Why is the Violet Duchess here for the descending feminine Taurus? Why is the Violet Duchess here? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's time for a renewal. It's time for her to make a judgment call because there's going to be a life experience that she's going to have to make a judgment call on. You know? Something is going to release her from being so stifled and bored and stuck. I mean, there's 3 places here that is calling for her soul to be released from whatever cage she's chosen to stay in. Why is all tied up here for the descending feminine Taurus? Thank you. Oh, okay. So she's tied up because she's wanting abundance. You know, she's tied up in this thing that she feels like is a promising business adventure, but it's actually stagnating herself and draining her energy. I mean, look at her eyes. She looks like she couldn't take another minute more. But some people will stay stuck and tied in it just because of the financial benefits that they get out of it. Why is you and your loved ones are safe? Yeah, well, new moon in Cancer. There's financial, you know, time to buckle down and get things done. So, you know, the new moons are always a time for new beginnings. So if she can really allow this life experience that's happening in her life, and do the healing that's necessary, make a judgment call. Make a judgment call. What will happen is that she can end up being this king of earth for herself instead of waiting tied up into this small business opportunity that is not giving her anything but frustration. Why is the release card here? Because the release card speaks of being trapped in your head and telling yourself all the negative tape recorder that keeps running in our minds and keeping us, again, stuck. Right? And abundance of things, looking very good, have patience at this time, make long-term plans. But although this is what it is for her, truly, her own tape recorder that's running in her head is sabotaging her being able to wait on the ships to come in. Why is the house here for the descending feminine Taurus? Thank you. Yeah, see, her wish fulfillment would be to have a stable home environment. You know, one filled of celebration, you know, to be married and to move from, well, I won't even call a side chick because there's no side chick here, but I have that feeling for some reason. Okay, yeah. To be moved into like a new home where she becomes a wife, you know, and she wants the wheel to turn in her favor. But the mountain is here. Why is the mountain here? The mountain speaks of an uphill, you know, battle. One more. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. See, there's a lot of things going on very quickly for her. Right? And she's holding on for dear life to this little opportunity and not realizing how much she's missing an opportunity to be her own king of her own queendom. You know what I mean? Like, she's missing the opportunity because she's holding on so tightly to this minuscule opportunity that she's stifled, stuck, and bored in. Why is trapped here for the descending feminine Taurus? Why is trapped here? Yeah. She has to look at things from a different perspective of what she truly sees as her wish fulfillment. You know, if this is not overindulgence, you know, that has her feeling stuck and trapped, either which way, she still needs to look at it from a different perspective. And from the Black-Hearted Oracle, before we go any further, yeah, it's time to make a choice. Okay. Fear and doubt will bench you. It says, sit this one out, son. You're just not ready. Who do you think you are? Come on now. Stop being selfish. You just don't have the skills yet. You're not ready. You're going to damage not only yourself, think about me, your goddamn ego. Please don't. I mean, really don't allow that negative voice to control you any longer. You are wiser than you realize, funnier than you imagine. The world has long awaited what you have to offer. So you're not only hurting yourself when you delay your progress out of fear and doubt, you are hurting the collective, because the natural talents you were blessed with from conception was meant to be shared with the whole earth. How long will you try to hide your light under a basket and call it darkness? Your stage and your throne calls to you ever so loudly. When shall you ever answer their call? Okay. Yeah, it's funny that it's laid out right underneath the King of Earth. It's calling for her to stand up into her own power. You know, get out of this pampered pooch. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah. Get out of this pampered pooch atmosphere that she's in, because as you can see, she's draped in gold and purple, which, you know, denotes royalty. She's sitting on a settee that's gold and red. So it's like she's there with opulence, but she is tired of it. It's not offering her soul what it needs. Why is fear and doubt will bench you here for the descending feminine Taurus? Yeah. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, right? But she needs to have more compassion. Even though she wants this right here, you know, this celebration and this getting married, there's a wedding proposal here, but she's expecting the worst out of it. I mean, maybe it's hella boring. Oh, okay. So she's thinking about someone from her past that maybe she missed the opportunity to have this with. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's telling her she has to have the strength to stop crying over this spilled milk. Like, oh, I love tarot and oracle cards. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at her. Yeah, do the necessary work to get to this Knight of Pentacles for your own. Yes, this is a knight. I thought it was a king. Yes, this is a slow-moving opportunity that takes dedication and loyalty. But within that, you can find your honor. You know? Why is the moon here? Why is the moon here for the... Okay, that one. Oh. Why is the moon here? Why is... Okay. Oh, wow. Would you care to elaborate? Oh, yeah. There we go. Maybe. What's at the bottom? Oh, 10 of air under the bottom. Wow. Yeah. You know, these cycles of heartache, you know, in whatever union that she's been in that she thinks is a 10 of water situation, but it's really only filled with backstabbing and betrayal. It's time for her to take a new leap of faith on herself. You know, to take a step out on faith, regardless of what she thinks can happen. It cannot be any worse than remaining stifled, stuck, and bored in a situation that is coming with 10 of air energies. I mean, 3 of air and 10 of air, because someone else is being sneaky. You know? It's time for her to take a leap of faith on herself. Step out of your comfort zone. Oh, what did I do with the... Sorry, I think I put it... Yeah. Step out of your comfort zone. That's the only way... Why are these lilies here for the descending feminine Taurus? Why are the lilies here? 2 of air. The lily speaks of wonderful blessings. You know, and the stained glass representing the lilies is saying that it is long lasting, it is stable, it's etched in glass. You know, it is a piece of art that comes from real life that you have built over time, but it is long lasting, and it represents and holds the keys to the abundance that the lilies represent. But she's stuck in her head. It was time to release, just like with the black-hearted oracle, the fears and the doubts. But, you know, being unable or unwilling to make a decision. That's why she's stifled, stuck, and bored. That's why she's trapped. That's why she's all tied up. What is this decision that the descending feminine is not willing to make? Okay. Well, one more. Let's get one more card to balance it out. One more card, please. Thank you. To elaborate and balance out. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Now, come on now. Over here, we have the 4 of air. That's time to take a rest, vacation, allow more time before making a decision, unable and unwilling, staying stuck, right? With the 8, sorry, with the 8 of air, right? So that's telling her that she has an illusion of being tracked, a lack of self-confidence, because she's been a pampered pooch. She's unable to step out of this and put the faith on herself to take that leap of faith. And it's crazy because if she just did it, was confident, you know, shook things up by being a little mischievous, using her originality and ingenuity, she would be headed towards success. All right. So before we get to the closing guidance, let me, yeah, but she has to cut out whatever is not serving her. Let me get to see. Is there anything else? Ooh, okay. Wow. I guess you really want to talk. Let's see. That was over there. Okay. These 3. Yeah. Okay. Her passion. Let me see how this came out, because this is all over. Okay. So her passion, she should use her passion, right? Not just sexual passion. That's all good and well. We all have urges and needs, whatever. We're not talking about sexual passion. What we're speaking about is that internal burning desire to do something greater with your life, right? So use your passion, right? Even if you have to shake up and cause a tower moment for someone else so you can free yourself by, you know, challenging someone's idea of what they think it is, you know, delays, change of plans, truth delivered without tact, you know, even if you have to do that, fine. Because you need to start working and building on getting to this night of earth energies. Because you're at a crossroad right now. And how long are you going to keep yourself hidden away? Because if you chose to become the Queen of Air, you can get rid of the 5 of Earth and the 10 of Fire, right? A little further on the Queen of Fire, the 5 of Earth, and the... Yeah. Yeah, exactly. See, it just would take time. It's going to take some time from the 5 of Earth position that you're in, right? And feeling overburdened and stressed. It's going to take time by you juggling this opportunity that you have in order for you to elevate yourself to the Empress. And honestly, this is a card that represents who you are. You and Libra, right? But what you're going to do is have to move away to calmer waters where you can settle your mind and really focus on your true desires. You know, be honest with yourself. Listen to your intuition, and then you'll be able to get to the 10 of Earth by doing the necessary work. Come on, yeah. 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 Get over the pain. Do the work. Stand up for what you believe. Show compassion to yourself. The cycle will change. You'll get justice and healing and become the King of Earth. You know? By wanting to try something more challenging, you'll become the magician of your own life and gain the stability that's necessary. Okay, we're done. All right, truth. Number 11. And it's a closing guidance. It says, you are living a sacred truth. Your being is like a spirit lodge. Within this sacred place is the realization and the divine light of your creation. Live in your spirit lodge surrounded by peace and joy. Outside your lodge is the great wilderness, where the rest of the world lives. But that wilderness can become a battleground stained by blood of ignorance and earthly pain. To have lasting power in the world, you must earn the trust of those around you. Most people live without trust and a sacred place within, without a spirit lodge, and as such, they do not know how to enter the spirit lodges of others. Live within your sacred truth so that you may know peace and joy in the great wilderness and beyond. Well, I thank you so much for coming to the Black-Hearted Oracle. I pray these messages found you well. I hope that you find your higher self in the quiet places, and may my aunt hold you in her love and grace. Ashe.